Men, listen up. One of the most fundamental things in our masculine journey is to work, right? And I know that sounds a bit vague, but if we want to be successful in our masculine journey, work should be one of the most fundamental things that we take part in. You must work. You must work, whether it's anything, right? Whether it's anything. But the whole point I'm trying to make here is, as our masculine obligation, this is biblical. When God told Adam after the fall, He said, "You will till the soil, right? You will sweat from your brows," and something along those lines. But God was essentially saying is that now that you have fallen, the consequence of a man is work. The consequence of a man is work, right? That is a man's consequence. That was God's punishment to man after the fall, that you will work all the days of your life. You will till the soil. So we must glorify work. We must glorify work. Work is worship. Work is worship. We must glorify work. We must take work seriously. Working that glorifies the Lord, right? Work that glorifies the Lord, right? Not just useless work, but work that you know it glorifies God, right? And even if you don't like that work, maybe let's say you are a gardener, or you are someone that paints houses, or you are a plumber, or every job that you do as a man, do it for the glory of God, because work is worship. That is our masculine obligation as men in this world, is to work. Not to sit around being lazy, not to procrastinate, to waste our days, but is to work. If you don't have work, find something to do. Find work, learn a skill, right? That is what's going to get us closer to our salvation, is that we work. We must work all the days of our lives as men. We must work, and we must put our heart and soul into the work that we do. Jesus was a carpenter. Jesus was a working man, and Jesus was a perfect example in doing your work as a man. He was a carpenter, right? And I'm sure the Bible never says it, but I'm sure that when he was carving out the wood, right, being a carpenter, he was doing it in the glory of God, because that was God's will for him at that point in his life when he was a carpenter. He was doing it as God's will for him. He was doing it, he was worshiping God, him being a carpenter, because it was God's will for him. He was doing it out of the glory of God. He was doing it honoring God's will. That was his obedience. Your work should be an act of obedience. So I want to challenge you, men, that before you sit around being lazy, ask yourself, what can I do? What can I do that can glorify God? Instead of just sitting around being lazy, scrolling to social media, what productive thing can I do? You know, if you're unemployed, you don't have a job, you can find something to do. Learn a skill, something that can glorify God, right? Anyway, that's it for the video. If you liked it, please share it with another brother in Christ. I hope it helps you to really understand the real importance of work as a man. The email is in the description. If you have any other questions you want to ask me, the email is in the description. Thank you so much. See you in the next video.